It's Monday, March 18. In the headlines, outgoing police commissioner says he leaves the force in good standing. In business news, NCB's ratings upgraded by Fitch. Regionally, in Trinidad and Tobago, property tax reduced for homeowners. And in sports, Michael Ricketts retains presidency of the Jamaica Football Federation. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Outgoing Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson is set to ceremoniously hand over the reins to the new Police Commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blake, today, March 18. Major General Anderson took job as Police Commissioner on a 3-year contract on March 18, 2018. His contract was renewed for another 3 years in 2021. He says the Jamaica Constabulary Force is in a solid position as an organization and is on par with law enforcement around the world. One such area is internal auditing.
So in the end, your police force, your Jamaica Constabulary Force, is probably one of 4 police forces in the hemisphere that are so certified. By May this year, we'll have 25 sites certified, and I have over 100, nearly 150 ISO 9001 auditors in the organization who are police officers.
Outgoing Police Commissioner Major General Anderson speaking at the Westmoreland Division headquarters groundbreaking on Sunday. Since coming to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, he has been instrumental in modernizing the physical infrastructure, acquiring major equipment and developmental personnel to create a more flexible, capability-driven force.
I did a graduation ceremony for a new batch of entrants into the JCF. I was speaking to one young man and said, where are you from? He said, I believe it was St. Catherine. What do you want to do in the JCF? He said, I want to be an investigator. So why? Why an investigator? Because I have a degree in law. Went down the line, another one has 14 CSECs and a degree in forensic chemistry. We are pulling into your JCF our JCF, the best and the brightest.
During his tenure, he has been actively improving communication strategy to engage the wider population while repositioning internally and externally. According to Major General Anderson, as a Deputy Commissioner of Police, Dr. Blake has been instrumental in certain areas of change within the force.
We departed from normal convention where you're only supposed to do 3 major projects in an organization at one time, and did 33 at one time. You know why we did that? Because we're Jamaican and we can. We don't have to subscribe to any convention for that, because that's what it needed. It needed momentum, it needed speed to overcome friction to get where we need to go quickly as a force. So that's what we did. And DCP Blake was material in carrying that forward and carrying the transformation process forward.
Major General Anderson says he feels a sense of accomplishment as he leaves the Jamaica Constabulary Force, describing his tour of duty as a leg of a relay that he has completed. A 94% on-track score for children ages 2 to 4 years who are developmentally on track in health, learning, and psychosocial well-being. On the other hand, there are concerns about corporal punishment and its effect on the nation's youth. These and other matters were discussed at the recent launch of the Jamaica Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey 2022, Situation of Women and Children. Here's more in this report. Speaking at the MICS 2022 launch at the University of the West Indies Regional Headquarters on Friday, Education Minister Favour Williams affirmed positives, while highlighting areas that need to be addressed urgently, such as the out-of-school rate for children ages 3 to 5 and 15 to 17, with boys being disproportionately affected.
And only recently, the Ministry of Finance further reduced fares for travel on the JUTC. But when we look in rural Jamaica and you look at the fares that parents have to pay to and from school, it is a real burden. So what have we done in our budgets annually? Some $300 million are budgeted for children on path.
On the matter of health, Minister Williams noted the school feeding program under the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH.
We do provide not only lunch but breakfast, snack for children on PATH. And we get this data from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security because that's the ministry through which parents will go to register. Currently, we serve about 100,000 students. Our budget for lunch and breakfast snack is for this coming financial year, which starts in April, is about 7 billion Jamaican dollars.
On the other hand, looking at matters affecting psychosocial well-being of students, the survey revealed that approximately 3/4 of Jamaican children are subjected to violent forms of physical discipline. The research conducted between April and August in 2022 found that 76% of Jamaican children aged 1 to 14 experienced violent discipline.
So you do know now that every teacher in every classroom across Jamaica collects attendance, but they collect it manually in a book. And Central Ministry does get that information, but they get it at the end of the school year. So it's difficult for us to take action with that data. So now, once we roll out the EMIS and are able to get attendance electronically, you can see how much better we will know who is attending school, who is absent, how many days are they absent for the week, and we can take action.
Under the European Union Bridge project, local non-governmental organization Multicare Youth Foundation is utilizing a specialized curriculum in reforming at-risk youth. Nenida Rodney tells us the details.
Dubbed the Passport to Success, the curriculum is reportedly yielding significant dividends. Speaking during a JIS think tank on March 14, MYF Executive Director Alicia Glasgow-Gentles explained that the curriculum is quite effective.
So it actually is a curriculum developed by the International Youth Foundation, which is a partner of the Multicare Youth Foundation. It's been used in over 80 countries worldwide. And it really is a very adaptable, a very comprehensive. It's about 110 modules, I believe. Each module is about an hour long, and it really deals with 4 different units that treat with, for example, healthy behaviors would be one of the units. There's also employability, because a lot of the times we use these we use the curriculum to help young people prepare for the workplace, yes?
Mrs. Gentles indicated that soft skills, which are often taken for granted, also form part of the PTS curriculum.
There are just personal competencies, so things that we often take for granted, punctuality, communication skills, having respect for self and others. Those are some of the managing your emotions. Yes, a number of different personal and professional competencies that we impart through these 1-hour modules that are actually delivered by trainers, trained by master trainers from the International Youth Foundation.
Director of Projects and Strategic Management at the MYF, Midson Turner, explained that under the Bridge project, the PTS curriculum is combined with additional support to reform the youth.
We impart life skills training to all participants. We also provide them with vocational skills training. So we also have partnerships with the Heart Trust NTA in the delivery and assessment for this. So from this, they are able to garner skills that will then translate into they'll be able to go and access either further education, or they can now go and access jobs. And we also provide them with internships, so they get their foot into the door. In a number of cases, these employers do keep them on where they have the vacancies and the budget to do so.
Director Gentles also pointed out that the foundation has a network of partners island-wide, which they are able to leverage and rely on when they undertake new projects. The EU-funded Bridge project, being implemented by the MYF, is a 30-month initiative targeting at-risk youth between 15 and 29 years old in 5 communities across 4 parishes. Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I'm Denise Rodney.
Ambassador of the Dominican Republic to Jamaica, Her Excellency Angie Martinez, says her team continues to work towards fostering a new era of bilateral relations, propelled by the visionary leadership of His Excellency Luis Abinader, President of the Dominican Republic, and his ministers. She made the remarks during a recent Grand Gala reception to commemorate the 180th anniversary of independence of the Dominican Republic. Attended by over 600 esteemed guests, the evening welcomed prominent figures including the Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica, Orlando Terrelong. He brought greetings on behalf of the Portfolio Minister, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith. Minister Terrelong emphasized the deepened and broadened relations between the Dominican Republic and Jamaica, marked by shared goals and strategic vision across various sectors. Highlighting the flourishing economic partnerships and trade relations between the two countries, Ambassador Martinez noted the strides in economic collaborations, with a commercial trade volume reaching $134 million between Jamaica and her country. Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide through the latest happenings in the world of business. The National Commercial Bank Group Jamaica currently holds 32% of deposits on the island and has been recognized by American credit rating agency Fitch Ratings. The rating agency has upgraded the National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited long-term foreign and local currency issuer default ratings to BB- from B+, and the viability rating to BB- from B+. This rating upgrade from Fitch and the earlier recognition from S&P attest to our relentless pursuit of excellence and our commitment to financial stability, prudent risk management, and strategic growth, said Bruce Bowen, CEO of National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited. Fitch Ratings is a leading global rating agency that provides credit ratings, commentary, and research for global capital markets. Indies Pharma Jamaica Limited for the first quarter ended January 31, 2024, reported a 5% increase in revenue totaling 269.38 million Jamaican dollars compared to 255.64 million in the corresponding 3 periods last year. Net profit for the 3 periods amounted to $62.49 million, a 6% increase from the $59.03 million reported in 2023. Investors can be on the lookout for dividends in the next few weeks. Sagicor Group Jamaica Limited has advised that a board of directors meeting to be held on March 27, 2024, a dividend payment will be considered. Tropical Battery Company Limited has advised that a meeting of its board of directors is scheduled to be held on April 2, 2024. The primary agenda for this meeting will be to consider the payment of dividends to the shareholders of the company. Separate Limited has advised that its board of directors is meeting on March 25, 2024, and will consider a dividend payment. Trading on March 15, 2024, The top advancing stocks covered the real estate and finance sectors on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Cygnus Real Estate Finance Limited US dollar shares advanced 33.85% for a 3-cent price upward movement to close at 10 cents with 1,191 shares traded. QWI Investments Limited shares advanced 18.18% for a 12-cent price movement to close at 78 cents with 652,623 shares traded. Epley Limited shares advanced 16.65% for a $5.78 price jump to close at $40.50 with 20 shares traded. On the declining stocks that traders experienced on March 15, 2024, the top 3 losers covered the entertainment, real estate, and finance sectors. Margaritaville Turks Limited declined by 16.67% to close at 10 cents with 14,391 shares traded. Cygnus Real Estate Finance Limited declined by 14.98% for a $1.94 price drop to close at $11.01 with 2,001 shares traded. Mayberry Group Limited declined by 10.14% for an 81 cents price decline to close at $7.18 with 3,612 shares traded. Over on the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, trading on March 15, 2024 registered a volume of 430,314 shares, crossing the floor of the exchange, valued at TT $4,019,448.91. Massey Holdings was the volume leader with 123,398 shares, changing hands for a value of TT $542,314.21, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited with a volume of 121,461 shares, being traded for TT $479,819.95. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies, we turn to the Forex market. On March 15, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $15.9 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $10.6 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $155.19 and bought the US dollar for $153.27. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $1.92, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of $11.37 from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold at $118.71 and bought for $107.34. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $10.07, selling it for $201.73 and buying it for $191.66. For our credit report tip of the day, the first step towards improving your credit is knowing the current state of affairs. Take a deep breath, gather your financial statements, and confront your credit report head on. Identify any outstanding debts, late payments, or errors that may be pulling your score down. Facing the reality might be daunting, but it's the critical first stride towards progress. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed, stay ahead of the curve. Until our next update, take care.
In regional news, the Dominican Republic has established an international corridor to facilitate the humanitarian departure of Dominicans, diplomats from friendly nations, and representatives of international organizations from neighboring Haiti. The move comes as tension continues to mount across that country. Foreign Minister of the Dominican Republic, Roberto Alvarez, disclosed the establishment of this corridor, underscoring the collaborative efforts across various governmental institutions. He has revealed that the evacuation of diplomatic personnel from 9 countries has been orchestrated from the Dominican Republic headquarters in Haiti. These include representatives from prominent international organizations such as the World Bank and the European Union. Despite the volatile environment, Alvarez notes that no evacuations so far for humanitarian reasons have been initiated for the over 2,000 Dominicans still residing in Haiti. The Barbados government is committed to and is playing its part to attain the CARICOM target of making a dent in its food import bill by 2025. More in this report.
Barbados is doing its part to achieve the 25 by 25 regional goal or the reduction of food import bills by 25% by 2025. And Agriculture Minister Indar Ware says Southern Meats Inc., which is earmarked to be transformed into a state-of-the-art facility, and its staff will play a key role in attaining that target.
No longer can we try to import everything that we need. We have the ability and we have to develop the capacity to be able to deliver on what we need. And with the GILT program, I'm sure we're going to increase pork production. With the arrangement with Guyana, I'm sure we're going to increase the production of lamb. And our poultry industry is quite stable as it stands. And I wish all of you to join with me in making sure that we can deliver the best for Barbados using Southern Meats as the place where the best slaughtering can take place. And that is the reason why we did the training for the butchers with the master butcher that came in from the UK. And we will continue to work with you to make sure that you have a state-of-the-art facility, well-trained staff, and the ability to give us all that we need.
The minister also expressed concerns about the 7-figure lamb import bill.
We import over $14 million in lamb from New Zealand. Yet we have the best lamb in Barbados, which is the black belly lamb. I've been asked right across the region, St. Kitts, Guyana, Suriname, to mention a few, about how they can get access to the Barbados black belly lamb.
Sky High Aviation Services Dominicana on Saturday officially opened its commercial office in Guyana almost a month after its inaugural flight connecting Ghana and Dominican Republic. More in this report.
Speaking at the opening ceremony, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Onij Walrond, noted that the introduction of the new service is a materialization of bilateral engagements between the two countries after a visit led by President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, where connectivity was one of the issues discussed.
We are really happy as a government that the Sky High Dominicana team has seen the opportunity, answered the call, and so quickly, and be able to cement and this inaugural flight. It tells us as a government that the vision that the investors are seeing, the vision for the development of the tourism product and the tourism sector here in Guyana.
She noted that the opening of the office is an indication of care for customers and it augurs well for visitors. She also noted other relationship highlights such as the establishment of an embassy, a chamber of commerce, and other interests. She noted that the government will continue to build aspects of the tourism sector that supports airlift to ensure that the venture as an airline is viable. Also, new hotel rooms, meetings, conferences, sporting activities, and other events will be supported by the government to make ventures more viable and investments less risky.
Our vision and strategy for government is the tourism product is so diversified that visitors are always coming to Guyana. We have the strategy is that by 2027 we should be having over 2 million visitors coming to Guyana, experiencing Guyana, coming to and forth, not necessarily living in Guyana, but coming to and forth for different reasons, for different meetings.
The airline offers weekly direct flights between Las Americas International Airport in Santo Domingo and the Chedi Jagan International Airport.
Trinidad and Tobago's Finance Minister Colm Imbert has confirmed that the government will reduce the property tax rate for domestic homeowners from 3% to 2%. Speaking in the House of Representatives on Friday, Minister Imbert said government had paid attention to citizens' concerns.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert says that the intention was always to ensure that property tax was equitable, given that before 2009 the rates varied in different cities and boroughs. Now the flat domestic rate of 3% on the annual rental value of a property is going down.
It is the government's intention to do the following. 1. To reduce the rate of residential property tax from 3% to 2%. which represents an effective reduction of property tax by 33%.
A bill to this effect will be debated in the lower house on Monday, where the government will expand on concerns of citizens that led to the reduction. The minister mentioned some in his statement to Parliament.
Some residential landowners and occupiers, in close proximity of each other, have complained about discrepancies in annual rental values that appear illogical to them.
Already, 801 property tax payments have been made at a total value of over $1 million. Refunds are now in order.
All of these taxpayers will be issued with new tax notices at the new rate of 2% and refunded. And I've asked the BIR to do so promptly.
Minister Imbert said those who on Thursday posted notices of the suspension of the collection of the property tax at government offices were not acting with his blessings.
My investigations have revealed that some of the staff in the Board of Inland Revenue, after becoming aware of the provisions in the amendment bill, took it upon themselves to do this with apparent good intentions, but without authorization and without my knowledge or consent. This is not the way that a cabinet decision should be communicated to the public, especially on a matter as sensitive as this.
The government will also extend the time by which citizens can raise concerns over the calculations of their annual rental values, increasing it from 30 days to 6 months. Samson Anton, CNC3 News.
In sports, Michael Ricketts has been re-elected president of the Jamaica Football Federation, JFF, after beating back the challenge of his former vice president Raymond Anderson 39-17 on Sunday. After being postponed at the last moment because of a court injunction, the JFF was able to carry out its election on Sunday at the Royalton Negril. Ricketts, who was first elected in 2017, won by a decisive margin of 22 votes with all 56 delegates voting. Jamaica was represented in the over 150 golfers who descended on Tobago for the 116th Trinidad and Tobago Open Golf Tournament that took place between March 14 and 17 at the Tobago Plantations Golf Course. The event was launched at the Fairways Restaurant on Tuesday.
President of the Trinidad and Tobago Golf Association, Wayne Batiste, said the Tobago Plantations Golf Course has been brought up to international standards through support from the government.
The TNTJ understands the concept of golf tourism, and as such, we continue to bring major tournaments to Tobago to assist the economy and develop the sport of golf in Tobago. It is an honor to stand before you today to celebrate the growth and evolution of this beautiful sport in our nation.
Mr. Batiste said the 2024 TT Open Golf Tournament represents a milestone in their journey to establish Trinidad and Tobago as a prominent destination for golf enthusiasts worldwide.
The Trinidad and Tobago Red Force put themselves back in contention for the West Indies 4-day championship with an impressive victory over the previously unbeaten Windward Islands Volcanoes. TTT Live was on the sidelines.
Resuming at the Queen's Park Oval and overnight 10 runs for 2 wickets in pursuit of 186 to win, the home team was in further trouble when they lost Brian Charles with a score on 21. But Jid Gooley put the Red Force on course to victory with a well-played 90 before he retired. Jason Mohammed contributed 15, then came captain Joshua Da Silva, who brought it home, hitting 53 not out. Trinidad and Tobago reaching 186 for 4 to register the 6-wicket win over the Windward Islands Volcanoes. Next up for the TNT Red Force is the Barbados Pride. That match begins on Wednesday 20th at the Queen's Park Oval.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Thank you so much for watching.